Although they may have heard it all before, business representatives turned their listening ears towards laws relating to employment discrimination and labor in Utah. Outreach and educational specialist Mariel Reimann reminded that Utah's Act of 1965 provides protection for those of race, color, religion, sex, and even for those over age 40.
Many times when we turn 40 and we get older than that, we apply for a job. There's somebody younger than us and probably less qualified, but the employer will go with the younger one just based on their age and not on their ability to fulfill the job. So to avoid that, we have that protection.
Freedom of religion is also protected in the state of Utah. That protection goes both ways.
We also have religion protected twice in the state of Utah. So in 2015, we got what is called the Religious Liberty Act. And under this act, it is lawful now in the state of Utah for any employee to come to work and share their beliefs. Sometimes we discriminate people because they're not active in the faith that we are, or because they don't believe what we believe. So, or they don't believe in anything, so they are still protected.
Reimann, who was originally from Argentina, shared differences in cultures that would not be tolerated in the United States.
So when I moved to the United States, if I went to a meeting or something in Argentina and I didn't kiss people, they would be thinking that I'm rude. So I came here and I started kissing around, and, and it didn't go well. That is an unwelcome and unwanted conduct in your culture, but not in mine.
Reimann said perhaps one of the newest changes in Utah since 2016 is how employers handle women who are pregnant.
And under this protection now, every employer is obligated to provide a place for a woman who is lactating, for these women to pump, right? So it used to be, like 15 years ago, they would tell you, go pump in your car or you can use the bathroom, right? Well, nowadays, an employer has to provide for that room. Also, best practices, if you have companies or businesses, just use one space of the fridge to storage that milk. We don't want people drinking the wrong thing.
Employment discrimination also protects those with disabilities.
So there is not a list of diagnoses, and something that can be protected can change and not be protected anymore. Like a person who has an addiction, they are protected if they've been clean for a year at least or more. But if they start using again, then that protection disappears.
One of the most well-known and unwelcome actions is sexual harassment, and in many cases it's cause for immediate dismissal.
If the supervisor asks the girl out, she says no, and then a few weeks later the supervisor doesn't give her the promotion, right? So not giving her the promotion because she said no to the sexual harassment would be a tangible employment action.
Employers and others who attended were glad for the refresher course and realized how sensitive they must be to their employees' needs and rights.
We have a very proactive HR department, and we have periodic trainings where we are reminded of the rules. And we also have, it happens to be a woman who's our HR director, and she invites people to come in and chat if they feel upset about something, and to really make sure that people feel heard.
I think there are a lot of really important things that are happening and that have just recently happened in like the last 3 to 4 years. I think there's a ton of evolution in employment law, and so I think it's really important to stay up on all of that. Because again, I think the main purpose is to protect yourself as an employer, but also know what your rights are as an employee.
The Utah Anti-Discrimination and Labor Division investigates complaints and enforces the laws. Business owners are responsible for knowing them and upholding them. In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.